We went to the Honda pits. There's Dave Arnold, the brilliant Honda racing manager. We talked to Jeff Stanton and asked him how he felt about this track at Southwick.
I feel real well. The track's real well here in Southwick. I had a race yesterday on us, and they left it real rough. The rougher the better, so I like it.
I feel pretty good. Went out in practice. We need to make some suspension adjustments, and getting ready to go out for the second practice. I think everything will be good.
Track's really sandy. What do you think about it?
It's going to be rough today. It's going to be probably the roughest track we've had all year. This and one of the tracks in Florida, Gainesville. It's going to be tough. You're going to have to be good at picking lines, and whoever's the strongest is going to win today.
On the line now for the first 250 Moto, 30 minutes plus 2 laps. Ward, Stanton, and all the rest of them. There they go. Down that long, long straightaway, and the sharp right-hander. It is... looks like Bradshaw in front. Let's check again. It looks like, no, it is Duboc, number 7, and Jeff Ward, number 3. So Doug Duboc of Costa Mesa, California, battling Wardy for the lead overall. And uh-oh, there's a tough break. Bradshaw tangled with Boyson, Dag Boyson, and they tangled on the line. So that does it for Bradshaw, at least in this moto. And here is number 7, Doug Duboc, Costa Mesa on the factory Yamaha in front. But look at there, Ward is on his back tire like a Krishna on an airport traveler. Now remember, Jeff Ward is going in front. He takes the lead. But he is riding with an injured wrist 2 weeks ago at Redbud. He crashed, and he's hurt. And he told us earlier in the pits that he is riding with a very sore wrist. So the question is, can Ward hold on to the lead? Stanton running about 4th now, moving up. It is Ward in front, Duboc 2nd, Stanton 3rd, and Johnson is 4th, but wobbling. Ricky Johnson has gone down. And although he was not expected to be a factor here today, that kind of throws it a little bit more open. Jeff Ward out in front, factory Kawasaki, 29 years old, been racing since he was an egg. Started racing on a mini bike back in the 60s in California. Been racing longer than anybody else in motocross. And he says, I ain't burnt out yet. He makes a tremendous amount of money. Duboc 2nd, and here comes Stanton. Look out, Stanton going into 2nd. He's got 2nd, goes by Duboc. Well, now the interesting question is, what is Wardy going to do to try to protect that lead when Stanton comes up on him? Because Stanton is right now turning a faster lap time than Wardy. There's Stanton. Look at him stalking Ward. Beautiful green trees, but don't let that fool you. It is hot, ladies and gentlemen. It is humid. Sports Channel coverage of AMA National Motocross round number 6, 250 National Championship. Every Sunday at 9:30 Eastern Time. Larry Huffman caught on the action. And young Jeffrey Ward, who can squat 350 pounds. This guy's got thighs like Roseanne Barr, but there's muscle underneath that skin. He is in incredibly strong physical shape. But again, remember, he is riding with an injured right wrist. Throttle wrist, incidentally, as Stanton stalks in. Doug Duboc still in 30. We see him just passing our camera line of sight there a moment ago. There's the distance between 1st and 2nd. Jeff Ward and Jeff Stanton. And Doug Duboc on the Yamaha can only sit in 3rd and try to get close enough to the fray to get into it. Mechanics frantically signaling their riders, and make no mistake about it, Ward knows that Stanton is gaining on him in 2nd spot. There goes Ward. There goes Stanton. Stanton is a little bit faster now. Oh! Who was that? Rider down. A 2-digit number out of our sights. Mid-pack. Another rider down. We got word that Johnson crashed 3 times in the first lap. Ricky Johnson. So this is a test. This is a test. I got to say, he didn't do too well on that test. Coming back for the first time since injuring his hand at Daytona. And look at Stanton get right up on the back tire of Wardy. Whoa, Stanton is close enough to strike. He is running second and knows that he's 3 points down behind Wardy. Stanton all over the track trying to get around Wardy. Wardy looks back behind him. Stanton almost runs into the rear tire, and he takes the lead. And it looked like Wardy just moved over and let him go by, and that's very possible. That's might have been what happened. Let's watch Ward now and see what he does. See if he tries to put the pressure on Stanton. Wardy is a seasoned veteran of many motocross wars over the years. And he's a master at psyching out the other rider. But it looks at this point as if Jeff is falling back. And yes, indeed, I believe he is. Nobody behind him. Nobody with any striking distance. Or sight, as we should say. Now Ward comes back up behind Stanton. Might be playing with it. With Jeff, you just don't know. Stanton out of Sherwood, Michigan. National champion 250 and Supercross. Ward's the only rider to win championships in all AMA classes. 125, 250, 500, and Supercross. And he's tough. But right now, Jeff Stanton is pulling away from Wardy. There's the distance on the straightaway here at Southwick. And you got to think that Ward is going to just try to stay. There's Johnson. He's back up again. Wearing number 13. He went down more often than an elevator operator in this motor. 3 times in the first lap. Johnson. Some people felt at the beginning of this year that Johnson was out, would never come back, and Johnson said that's wrong, and he's come back and won a couple, but not that much, not as he dominated the last few years. I talked to Johnson once up in Seattle after he was beaten by Wardy, and he had some interesting things to say. It was not complimentary to Ward, but he made some interesting points that I don't think I better talk about on television. Anyway, let's look at this one. That's number 10. Mike LaRocco, and LaRocco has suddenly come alive. LaRocco's out of LaPorte, Indiana, and he is fighting his way up into third. 19 years old from LaPorte, Indiana, 160 pounds, 5'10". Was on a Yamaha last year, switched to Suzuki at the beginning of this year. Won 3 125 races in 1988, moved up. AMA National 250 amateur champion in 1987, LaRocco out of LaPorte, Indiana, and he is running third. MX 338, Southwick, Massachusetts, New England. A lot of these riders battle at Raceway Park, New Jersey. That's one of them. And there it is, the checkered flag for Stanton. One of the premier tracks here on the East Coast. It's kind of sandy. Stanton takes the victory. LaRocco has passed Ward for second. We did not see that. Jeff Ward is third. Larry Ward is fourth. So that means that Stanton has not only tied Ward, he has gone in front unofficially by about 2 points, and that is unofficial, ladies and gentlemen.